Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of the DaiCast, where once a month we talk about the latest developments in anime and video gaming. If you want to listen to past podcasts, please be sure to follow us on iTunes, Stitcher, Soundcloud, and YouTube. The link to them is down below. Here with me today are my hosts, Box.
Hey.
Nice.
One day you're gonna scream, and we're never gonna know it.
What do you mean one day? That was like the first thing I did.
No, you did. You did that. You said a hi.
Oh no, that was the second time. Then I have screamed before.
Nice.
Okay.
Gao?
I just came out of the shower. Good to see everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day and Sunday.
He's doing this in his underwear.
I believe
Shush!
it.
Shush!
Shy highs.
Do not think about this. Do not think about this.
What do you mean he's not doing it, Commando?
Hey,
Oh well.
I have a
I
robe.
would.
I have a robe.
So he wasn't
Okay.
too far off.
Yeah, and Gammalad.
Hey everybody, it's Gammalad. I have nothing to add to this. It writes itself.
And I'll
You're
get
keeping that one consistent.
and our guest host for today's podcast is KaiserNeko from Team 4-Star. Good to have you here, man.
Hey folks, how you doing?
You good?
Yep,
Hey.
doing good. So we'll start off the podcast by talking about all the stuff we did in February. Afterwards, we'll talk about some anime and video gaming news, followed by taking questions from the live stream audience. I asked everyone to hold the questions until the end of the podcast, so please be patient. We'll start off with Gammalad. How was February for you, man?
February was pretty decent so far. I'm just getting a lot of projects done and just pretty much getting ready for the future. I got a lot of reviews coming up in March that I have to hammer out at some point. March is my busiest month, so February is kind of a reprieve before we jump into that. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. Finally got a video I've been working on out about Rune Factory, so I was happy to get that out.
What about
So
you?
not much has been going on.
What about you, Gal?
Not really much. But I got a chance to try out this game yesterday, which is the Yumi Nikki retelling remastering that came out 23rd ago, and after finishing it, basically was feeling. I wouldn't say I hate it. I wouldn't say I love it. Just kind of meh with it. So, but other than that, through this month, just been taking it easy still. Not too much on my plate right now. Hoping with the Schmucks, we're actually getting a lot more production and cooperation out more often. So that's something we'll say in the Schmuck Squad. But other than that, yeah, I just played a few games, worked on the video, did my usual sound design gig that I usually do, and just went from there. I'm looking to do something more later, but we'll see.
Okay. What about you, Box?
I played video games and that's pretty much it.
Nothing wrong with that, Box.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
wrong.
it's-
Show
it's
proud.
pretty
Show
calm.
pride.
In the end of the day, I think I should have just said that. It's like a little bit of this and that, and then video games.
Yeah, I just played video games. That's pretty much all I did. Did a bit of co-op, didn't I? Yeah, we did a bit of Monster Hunter recently. And
Didn't you also play Survive, like a demo?
I tried the Survive demo again, and yep, it's not really working that well.
Yes.
I'm hearing so many bad things from it now.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You don't like Pokey Zombie Simulator
I mean, I thought it was fun with friends, but that's about it.
or Fence Placement Simulator?
All I gotten is that
yeah.
with the demo, it was probably paced that way, but the actual game is slow. You're gonna get bored even with friends, from what I've gathered.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's
Yeah.
pretty garbo.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd buy it for like $10 though.
What'd you die?
What about you, Geyser?
What have I been up to lately?
Yeah.
My life has been scripting episode 60 of DBZA, working on the dub of Hells, recording and writing for Star Bento, and getting better at Dragonball Fighters.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been.
Nice.
In fact, that's gonna be. I think that's what I spend most of my month trying to do, trying to get better at fighters. But I just end up getting my ass kicked in ranked matches. It's like
My goal is to beat everyone in my office.
Oh,
Oh boy, from like Takahata and Lenny Pator.
Well,
Are they in the
Kurt lives up in Vancouver, but Lenny Pator, HBIGK, Kieran, Grant. I want to put them all on the ground.
Oh boy, how's their level?
I would definitely say at the moment, it's Nick, Kieran, Grant.
Ooh.
Yeah, Grant's really fucking good, and I hate him.
Damn.
Wait.
What do you mean?
He does. Oh man, he switches up a lot. I know he's got Kid Buu on his team. Also, he uses Go Tanks a lot. I'm not sure who his third is. I think he was looking at. I think he was looking at 16. Although everyone should be looking at 16. 16's amazing.
Yeah.
You have to dunk on everyone.
Yeah, my team is actually Kid Buu, Vegeta, Majin Buu. I might be switching out Majin Buu with 16 because I mean again, got dunk on him.
Nice. Let's see. For me, same thing. Just been doing my animations. I've been playing Dragonball Fighters. Ranked matches is brutal. I've been watching Maxman and Dude's videos on how to extend the combos. Right now, my team consists of Yamcha, Goku, and Goku Black. I might swap Yamcha with Frieza because apparently he's a good zoner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gohan because, well, Adult Gohan because apparently Adult Gohan can do a lot of freaking combos.
Yeah, so that's the entire point of his super.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that Bardock and Broly DLC. Oh boy.
Yeah, I was actually talking to D about it. Like, Broly I can understand, but Bardock is. I'm actually curious to see what was his special moves. So.
I know that his level 3 he turned Super Saiyan. I don't know.
The OVA.
Yeah, and that makes me angry because the OVA sucks.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay, maybe nods to Xenoverse 2. We're gonna go there then. There you go.
Yeah, let's just ignore transitive properties.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy. Let's go.
All right. So let's talk about some anime and gaming news. In movie news, Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog movie has been scheduled to come out in November of 2019. According to multiple sources, the movie will be a mix between CGI and live action, and will have the producers of Deadpool and the Fast and the Furious franchise working on it. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Sounds like the best comedy ever. Oh boy. Oh man, this sitcom sounds great. Who they're gonna have? Robert Downey Jr. or something? Huh? Are they gonna have him do some funny shit?
I mean, if we've got Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, anything can happen.
Anything's possible with imagination.
Whenever I hear about video game tie-ins, I always like phase out completely.
Whenever I hear about Sonic, I just phase out completely.
Oh boy. God, no, that's I don't know. Sonic movie, live action and CG. Has that been anything good? Has that been?
Well,
good?
the CGI, I think they can pull off the CGI. It's the live action thing I'm kind of curious about.
Should have just made it a full, just like an animated film. Like,
Yeah.
why the live action stuff?
No,
Like, I'm even skeptical on the Detective Pikachu movie because it's doing the same thing, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
So it's just a weird trend. So I don't know.
You want to know another? Hey, here's another one. Reboot's doing the same thing.
Oh, wait, you're talking about that reboot?
Yes, reboot.
The
That
reboot
one.
boot.
Yes, the reboot but boot. Yeah, sure. It's like, oh, you know that old-fashioned may seem weird now, but still classical 3D cartoon show called the Reboot back in the day, where game references and genres were always a mix and digital world type of stuff. Now let's have that again, but this time let's have that segment with live-action hipsters.
It looks bad. It looks bad. It looks bad, people.
Yeah. Do they get any of the VAs from the original in that? Or, like, any of them? Or is just, like, completely new?
I highly doubt it.
Unrecognizable at all.
What I'm curious about for the Sonic movie is who's actually doing the animation for it. Let's see.
Wasn't it? I thought it was a Paramount film.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, it's Paramount. Let's see.
That would
Yeah,
be-
Paramount Pictures and yeah.
So whatever their animation team is still up to these days, that's what they'll be doing it.
We just can't combine CG and live action this much right now. The technology is just not there. Come on, people. Like, let's just get one side instead of both.
I mean, let's be real. The tech is there, but no one wants to spend the money to make it actually good because no, it's just one of those things like, okay, will this movie actually be a blockbuster hit or not?
I mean, the movie will probably do well enough. It's still Sonic the Hedgehog, and by and large, Paramount Pictures knows how to make a good-looking movie.
Yeah.
And it's Tim Miller. Like, it is Tim Miller.
True. Yeah. I mean, hell, another thing we consider is, like, look at the Mario movie. They're not doing that. They're going full-on 3D animation with, what was it called again? We talked about it in the last podcast.
The people who made the Minions movie.
Yeah. The people who did Despicable Me movie. Got it. That
I
one.
mean, you saw how it went when they did live action.
Okay, you know what? I have a strange love-hate relationship with that movie.
It's like the room.
So...
What's
So good.
The Mario Bros. Movie.
Oh.
Yeah, the Mario Brothers movie actually has a possibility of being good as long as the people from Nintendo have a final say in what goes into the product. They know how to make something that's charming and contemporary, and just the right amount of surreal.
I mean, with how like in detail they made for the Wreck-It Ralph movie to have Bowser in it, I'm pretty sure Nintendo is gonna be really hands-on with this movie. They have to be, because it can't just come out to be, you know, just another Minions movie, which I don't think it will be. I think it'll be a really good movie. Hopefully. I don't want to eat my words like, you know, a year from now when it comes out.
Oh boy.
I have very low expectations for the Sonic movie. Very low.
Same.
Same.
But then again, I don't really mind. I'm not gonna go and find out. That's what I'm saying here.
It just I may go see it because it just depends on what they do with it. The Sonic series does have good storytelling, outside of recent games, but like you know, Sonic Adventure has good stories, so they know, like, the Sonic team does know how to make good stories. How can they make it into a movie?
I don't know if those are good stories as far as they are adequately told simple stories.
That's probably the better term I was looking for.
Yeah, because by and large, Sonic the Hedgehog, if you want a good Sonic the Hedgehog story, check out the comics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the comics.
Yeah, the Archie's run of Sonic is actually like, it's kind of amazing because it doesn't get a whole lot of attention outside of Sonic fans, but it really is the best Sonic the Hedgehog has ever had, and I include like any of the original games.
Yep. In fact, maybe I should check them out sometime.
Oh, they're really good.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess, I don't know, because I'm not so certain. How accessible are they to, like, read the entire thing on the Archie website? I don't know exactly.
You know, I'm not really sure how well they digitize the actual, like, Sonic comics.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that really quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gamma.
So you can probably find them online pretty easily.
I mean, you can. And unfortunately, when it comes to collecting back issues of Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah, good friggin' luck. Also, that series ended too, which makes me very sad.
Yeah, I don't. Why did it end? Does anyone know about that, or?
They decided to switch publishers, and yeah, I don't know why exactly. Maybe they were cheaper. Maybe they just wanted to change. I don't know, Sonic. Sega makes stupid choices all the time. Like, they're making this. Did you hear that they're making a live-action movie with CG?
There you go. Yeah.
Come full circle here now.
Yeah. I'm just the thing that I'm kind of curious about is who are they going to put for the live-action part? Like in the past Sonic games, just including the live-action with CGI, just felt really, really awful. And if it felt awful in those games, then it will feel 10 times worse in the movie.
I'm calling it right now. There will be a live-action Eggman, and we played by Rock Dwayne Johnson.
In a fat suit.
Yes. All of this. I'm calling all this right now.
Okay,
You know-
now you're making me want to watch it.
I swear, there better be a scene in which Eggman just freaking clothesline Sonic. There has to be a scene in that if they get the Rock ass thing.
Actually, let me do you better. Not Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Let's have Stone Cold Steve Austin be it. He'd be perfect.
Oh, you know, yeah, it could work.
He's a bad guy, bad dude, drinks a lot of beer, and why the hell not? He doesn't give a crap. Why not, huh?
Yeah.
We need him to be in more movies anyway, just for funny shit.
Yeah.
Well, great.
Geez.
Now we just gave everyone unrealistically high expectations for this movie.
No. You know what? Also make the movie better. Chris Chan has a guest appearance in the movie.
Chris Thorndike.
Okay.
Chris Chan as Chris Thorndike.
Oh man.
If
Made me puke.
any of my friends at Sega are watching this, please don't take these ideas seriously.
Please take these ideas seriously. Please.
Or, you know, okay,
Ideas
it will
free,
be
take it.
really... Again, if they're gonna go bizarre even more, like say if Sonic has a friend companion, well, imagine just Jason Griffin talking to the Sonic and just like this awkward. Just like have him as like the human character, and then Sonic played by the current Roger Craig Smith, and everything's just gonna be awkward. It's all crap between those two.
Yeah.
It'll be funny.
It'd
But like
be-
I said, this could have been a great comedy if they wanted to.
It could be freaking epic if they play the cards right.
Yeah, they
Chris
could.
Chan gets to tase one of the characters. Or mace. Yeah, mace them, my bad. That's what it was.
Oh boy.
All right.
And I have friends who worked at that GameStop too. That's not fun.
So I was actually kind of curious about who was working on the film, and apparently the animation is being done by Marza. Now, Mars is a Japanese company, Marza Animation Planet, and you know, a good sign is one of the previous films that they worked on was actually Kingsglaive.
Oh, that was actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to talk about a film with dramatically good CG? Yeah, Kingsglaive, and they've also worked on the previous Sonic games. One of the things I can say about Sonic is that its CG is actually usually pretty half decent. But they also need the time and the direction to do that. So, with the film coming out in 2019, though, I can expect that the film's probably not going to look terrible.
Yeah.
And with Tim Miller directing, I think what you're going to find, you're probably going to find a film that's not exceptionally good, but will probably have some gems here or there. I don't think it's going to be a great film, but it's also Sonic the Hedgehog, so.
It's one of those films that's probably worth seeing at least once just to see what they did with it.
Yeah. I still think it would have been better just to basically rip from the Archie's comics and then make a story out of that, but oh well.
Yeah.
As long as it's not Sonic Boom Sonic, I don't give a shit.
That'll be even better, though.
Oh boy.
That would give more excuse to add Chris Chan to it.
Your shoddy craftsmanship is a shame to all hedgehog kind.
Okay,
Why did
let's.
they make shoddy?
All right, let's go to the next topic. And evil news. To no one's surprise, Dragonball Fighters will appear at EVO 2018. What is surprising is the fact that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will not appear. In fact, I think it's been causing quite some stir in the fighting community, from what I've heard.
If I could play an air horn here, I would.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not surprised in the least bit by this, though. I mean, like Marvel vs. Capcom, the game's budget, first of all, was the amount the Street Fighter V DLC. I just don't understand what Capcom was thinking.
When it comes to Capcom, my general philosophy is just have very, very, very low expectations right from the door, because whenever Capcom releases a game, it's usually buggy, messy, just garbage when it first comes out, except for Monster Hunter World, of course, Resident Evil 7. But generally speaking, when Capcom releases a new game, it's usually subpar. Then they release a new updated version. And that was the case for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It started off like really, really bad, especially the whole Chun-Li face models and the Dante face models thing. But
let's just be honest. The game looks kind of assy.
It does.
I think from what I've read, they just reuse assets from of their older fighting games.
It's just the lighting that may have messed up.
I mean, what fighting games because neither Chun-Li nor Dante looked that shit in 3.
I remember watching one of Liam Robertson's videos on it. I think he said it was pulled from one of the older Marvel games, but because there's a new lighting engine, it just came out to be really crappy looking.
To be honest, don't know why, but I get a feeling I would blame Marvel's side of this. I know Capcom will still have some blame towards the game either way, but I don't know, the decision making they made with Marvel, with even the character roster and just how this game looked overall, like, if anything, the storytelling wasn't Marvel more involved than it is Capcom.
Yeah.
Actually.
To be honest, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's like, you know, I'm getting a feeling that maybe they actually had the idea to keep the formula from 3 and just improve upon it, but then suddenly, somehow when Marvel just came up, when they said, oh, okay, we have the license, you can make the game again, but with a couple of exceptions. We want you to make sure you suck Marvel's dick more, while making Capcom look uglier and the Marvel characters looking like they fit. Just, please, just do that. We'll allow you the game. Like, I feel like they've been, I don't know, choked or forced to do this shit instead. That's why the game was ass.
There were a lot of things that came down to why this game ended up so poorly. You had the licensing issues on Marvel's side, considering that they were not able to use a lot of now non-Disney owned characters, at least when it comes to the films. Ultimately they probably could have come to an agreement. The bigger issue was Disney is trying to choke the life out of properties that they don't own the movies for.
Yeah.
They don't want to support them. They want to make them so unpalatable and unsalvageable for the companies that own, say, you know, Fox, 20th Century Fox, who owns Fantastic Four, and I can't remember who owns X-Men. Is that also Fox?
It was also Fox
until recently.
Yeah.
Then who owns Fantastic Four? Am I thinking
Fox.
Oh, are they both Fox?
Yeah,
Yep.
Marvel just got both of them back when Disney purchased half of Fox.
Yeah, well, but that came too late.
Yeah, it was like well after the game came out.
Yeah, and so that hurt the roster. Now, when it came to everything else, there was a long development cycle for this game because they focused so heavily on the story mode. And when it came to the actual development of the fighting engine and the graphics and the actual proper gameplay, they were getting stressed on a lot of different sides because they weren't sure who was going to be in the game. They had to pull from a lot of different areas to try and fill out the roster. And one of the bigger problems is that Capcom has just been getting hit over and over with both fan backlash and failures. Street Fighter V came out way too early. They pushed that, like, they basically kicked that out the door, like, all right, you're the next Street Fighter, do your thing. You don't have a story mode, and you're missing characters, but you're fucking final Street Fighter V.
We'll finish it in 2 years. We'll finish it in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Street Fighter V wasn't finished for 2 goddamn years after it came out.
Yep.
It was really bad. It was a stupid idea. And they've been struggling because they're just being run so damn poorly.
It's just like it's with Capcom. It's like either they'll do something really good or really bad. There is no in between of this company.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the worst part is on the Japanese side of things, like so Monster Hunter has been a huge success in the West. But it was always secondary to the original market, the Japanese market, because they've always been focused on themselves. They literally had to work on those games and make sure that they were the best they could be for those audiences. But when it came to something like Street Fighter and Marvel, they thought they could just, hey, we'll get them out because we're Capcom. Who's going to beat us? And completely ignoring that Arc System Works is just over in the corner like, yeah, you make one more slip up and we're just going to like bend you over a barrel. Then Street Fighter V comes out and then Marvel vs. Both MVCI and Street Fighter V come out. And it's like, well, all right then, here's Fighters, a game that's buggy as shit, but it's 10 times better than the crap you're shoveling down people's throats now.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you also get random disconnects in Fighters?
Yeah. Yeah, they're patching that later this month, and another patch next month to kind of help fix that. I'm legitimately frustrated that that's a problem. It shouldn't be, but you know, at the same time, at least like I know why that happened, and I know that they're trying to fix it.
It's really bizarre because I'm like, prior to Fridays coming out, I played a lot of BlazBlue Central Fiction, and I never ran into so many disconnect issues in that game. But for Fighters, I just get random disconnects. Like, in fact, if anyone watched my stream yesterday, there was like one time in which I was getting disconnects like every minute. It was just really atrocious.
You want to know what happened?
What happened?
So, you know how we get a new Dragon Ball game like every year?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a contractual obligation.
Whoa. Mind going into detail?
Yeah, they're so Bandai Namco is contractually obligated to make a new Dragon Ball game every goddamn year.
Oh, are you serious? So basically what you're saying is Bandai is the Disney of Dragon Ball, right? Like how Disney's putting out a Star Wars every year.
Basically.
Oh.
I mean, because ultimately, Bandai Namco, to maintain their license, they are forced to constantly put out games. It's why Xenoverse 2 is as bad as it is. They don't have time to actually make a good goddamn game.
Whoa.
So that's why they're starting to outsource it.
Yeah, well, they've been outsourcing it. Bandai Namco is never actually... Like, Bandai Namco doesn't make games. CyberConnect 2 makes their games.
Oh.
Our System Works makes their games. And they got Our System Works, just like they got Dimps. I believe Dimps for Xenoverse. And so they're like, hey guys, make this game. By the way, you got like 10 months. Have fun.
Ooh.
So they... Like, I think they actually, what they ended up doing was they ended up having to go a couple months over just to make sure that everything was finished in time. But it's one of the reasons that game plays incredibly well. The one thing I can say that Arc System Works did this time around was they focused every minute they possibly could before their release on making sure the game plays the best it possibly could. The balance on these characters is remarkable. Nobody is in low tier. Everybody is in mid to high tier in this game, and that's insane.
Especially Lord Yamcha.
Yeah, and Lord Yamcha forever be a Scar. But the bigger issue to that though is they took all this time making sure that the gameplay is rock solid and that the characters move and look beautiful. But that story mode's kind of shit, and there's connectivity issues like out the ass.
Yeah.
Which is why I still recommend the game, like 100%. I'm like, hey, you like Dragon Ball? You like fighting games? Play this game. It's only going to get better from here on out. It's already pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's also probably the most successful fighting game in my opinion. Like,
it's incredibly successful. Yeah.
It's accessible. Like, I think I haven't played a fighting game in like since I think 2012. The last fighting game I played was Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Kind of ironic when you think about it. But Dragon Ball Fighters introduced me to so many new concepts I never knew in fighting games, such as overhead, mix-up. Like, those are terms that I never even associated with like a fighting game before. I just said in the past, I'm just going to match a bunch of buttons and hope for the best. But I'm actually glad that I got into Fighters, and hopefully the knowledge that I picked up of Fighters will carry over to BlazBlue in June.
I'll say in my piece right now, I'll say this. I'm just been more of a Budokai lover since Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi, and this game is as close to going back to the good old days. Unlike, I mean, no disrespect for the other Dragon Ball games like Xenoverse and the Fusion game. Don't get me wrong; those can be good on its own. But I just needed a nice, solid 2D fighter game I could just bring along with a friend and just fight together, just the fun of it, like old times, you know. And they managed to do that, so I'm happy.
Yep.
Either way.
Yep, and Fighters does that pretty well.
Hell, more well, because we don't have to see the same animations like that I realized that Budokai Tenkaichi and Budokai do a lot.
Yep.
Just for rehashing, reusing for more characters. So, like, that's actually pretty good.
The other thing that's awesome about fighters is the whole intros and outros. Like, there are times in which if you have a certain set of fighters and a certain environment, you get these really amazing intros and outros. Like, for example, I was playing one match and I was on Namek. I had Super Saiyan, Goku, and Frieza, and it just started off with Frieza blowing the shit out of Krillin. And I'll just say,
Yes.
10 out of 10, best game.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's them just doing what they did with Blaze Blue when you put rival characters amongst each other. It just works, except now it's more CG looking. It's great.
Yep. Alright, let's switch topics.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm calling scumbag news, a deranged fan broke into the homes of YouTubers Galvin Free and Meg Turney. Apparently the fan was obsessive with Megan and wanted Galvin to die alone with no children. The deranged fan was found dead hours later. This is pretty disturbing news, I'm not gonna lie.
Hell?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he literally he found their house. He
Yep.
broke. Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like, from the article I read, the guy was pretty obsessed with Megan, and he got really jealous of Galvin, and it's just really fucking scary of how some fans can go off the deep end.
Yeah, it's just a sad reality because people like doxing people thinking it's just a harmless joke, but this stuff just keeps happening. It's like people get swatted, insane fans go to their favorite content creator's house. I mean, I've heard stories of YouTubers who have random kids just show up at your house wanting to meet your favorite YouTuber, and it's like, can you not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, general rule of thumb for viewers, do not randomly appear at your favorite YouTuber's house. Don't do that shit. Unless the YouTuber gave you permission, which most of the time they probably won't. It's like an invasion of privacy, and YouTubers are like regular people. They're not your toys for you to mess around with. Please respect the boundaries, because if you're not careful, somebody could get hurt in the process. Like,
there's a phrase for this usually. It's like, we're human? We're human beings? Hello? Can you, like, calm down?
What's a human?
yeah.
Oh, yes, Box. You wouldn't know. Box. For a cardboard box, right?
Well, what's a human? There's a guy on the screen.
I just, like, how about realizing that they make what you like, but know that they're just like you. Don't go out away dick rock hard hoping that you can get their attention forcefully and everything, that's never a good idea. If anything, how about you just like move on and try to look around this. If they're successful and they make things entertainment, try to inspire from whatever you want to do in your future. Find a future and make something for yourself. Don't go in trying to like eat them up or something, you crazy bastards.
Yeah.
God!
Look, all I'm saying is I want to wear Markiplier's skin. I'm entitled to that. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ!
People have that mindset, and it's just really scary.
I
Yeah.
only came to his house because I wanted a tuft of his hair, okay? It was nothing serious.
Oh,
All I did was sneak into his house, go into his room, and take some stuff. That's all I did. I'm the biggest fan. I just wanted some memorabilia.
I just wanted his undies!
I wasn't going that far.
Just a quick deep sniff.
Oh my God! Oh shit! Oh! Oh! God! What is wrong with all of you people?
Hey, I
Be
didn't.
human.
Hey! I didn't say anything. I didn't
What's
repeat.
wrong with you, Mark?
Oh my God!
But yeah, I'm just.
Don't worry, Mark. I know where you live.
Please,
More
I know.
importantly, where you sleep.
Oh, that too. That too, actually, 'cause I know where he lives.
Good Lord. Okay.
But seriously, the one thing I kind of wish would happen is, normally I really don't like suggestions, but I think it'll be a good time to like, maybe there could be laws in place to like protect more E Entertainment, because in all honesty, I think E Entertainment is going to become more and more relevant as time goes on, and the current protections that we have right now is kind of not enough, because it goes back to what Gamma said earlier. You have swatting, you have this incident. The current laws in place is not enough to protect people like us.
Yeah, I remember like recently, a person just got killed over being swatted.
Yeah,
and the guy's name, I think it was Swatistic. He's probably going to prison for a long time now.
Good.
Apparently, the law is finally catching up, but it's still going at a snail's pace.
Yeah.
Actually, the law cut up a while back on that one. It's always been a felony.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a felony to make a to make a fake charge. Yeah, like to just make a fake one like that. Yeah, because guess what? That's a pretty easy way to maybe get somebody killed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that I know for sure. But I mean, like going into like putting out someone's public information like that, and distributing it with the intent to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But another thing I kind of wish that could be done is Twitch figuring out more ways. Twitch, YouTube, and other streaming platforms could look into all the ways to protect the privacy of streamers. Not only that, but also this kind of feels like a stretch for YouTube and other social media platforms as well. And the other thing I'm kind of curious about is, how did that fan get the information? That's
Yeah, believe it or not, getting that sort of information is not terribly difficult.
It's almost as if this information is completely public.
A lot of it is.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
trying to find out where somebody lives, it is not that hard. People think it's like, you have to hack some database. Yeah, like you just have to look around. I mean, I'm pretty sure that people know where I live if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
Phone books still exist.
Wait, what is a phone book?
What is a phone book? Oh, I don't know.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Is
The big yellow block thingy?
Wait.
Yellow Pages.
Wait, yellow pages?
I hope you're streaming with us. Please tell me you're streaming with us.
I don't know what this yellow book you speak of. I usually use it to just like.
That thing
I'm
that
just fucking
randomly
with you. I
shows up
can't.
on your...
I'm just
that
fucking with
thing
that
that
one.
randomly shows up on your doorstep every 6 months for some reason.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
my illegitimate son? I already told him I'm not paying anything.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh man.
But serious, I haven't had the yellow pages delivered to me in like years. I don't even know why.
Yeah, we don't get them delivered here. It's just an online service here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still like every few months we get an updated one delivered to our house for some reason.
Yeah. All right. Now let's switch to happier topics. Now, let's talk about a rumor that I honestly hope turns out to be true. There is a rumor going on that the original PS1 Spyro Trilogy will be remastered and will come out later this year.
My purple boy's back! Woohoo! I hope so, please.
I freaking hope so.
I would love
Make
to
it
say
be
that.
what you dress up as in Monster Hunter, Mark.
Can you be quiet, Box? Just 'cause I'm purple? Don't think I'm a Spyro.
You're a purple dragon.
No.
But okay, so when I was a kid, I played the original PlayStation. I didn't play the original Spyro, but I played the sequel and the third game. I knew that the PS2 games came out. I didn't want to touch them, and I'm honestly glad I didn't. I am really ecstatic for this game. Like, I fucking love Spyro. I love him more than Crash Bandicoot, to be honest.
Yeah,
What?
you know what? I can agree with that.
I mean,
It was like my first ever video game. Like Spyro 1 for the PlayStation 1 was like a childhood for me since I was 5, and knowing that like this goes that far to getting a remake, like Crash was another one. That's number 2. But this is like, again, it introduced me to 3D, like the 3D playing, third person, like open world, like you're really in it compared to like Crash's like, 2.5D or 2D segments. That it's fun if you're into challenge and platforming. That's fine. It's still classic, but something that's a lot more revolutionary when you look at it in this aspect where you get to explore a very imaginary world for the first time in your childhood. So having that be remastered, that'd be great.
I mean, this will be fun for me because my first Spyro game wasn't the trilogy. It was Enter the Dragonfly on the GameCube.
You poor soul.
You know what? You know what? 6-year-old me didn't care. I still loved it. Because it was like my first or second video game. I'm just I actually if they redo the trilogy, I hope they do some of the later games at some point because I researched into Enter the Dragonfly's development. Universal pushed that game out the door almost a year early.
Yep.
Ooh.
So I feel like that's one game I hope that would get remastered as well. But the trilogy, I would love to go back and play it. I think my only experience of playing a Spyro game is when I was at a daycare and they had Spyro on the PlayStation there.
Another note would be, if they're gonna have a new voice actor for Spyro, please be Tom Kenny. I remember. Tom Kenny was the original Spyro.
No, he wasn't. Get fucked, he was not.
No, in the second game he was, wasn't he?
Yes, in the second game, he was.
Yeah.
That's not the original, is it?
It's still original enough. I mean, I don't know whatever happened to the first one.
Gao, is it because you want Spyro? You want a SpongeBob reference in your Spyro game? Is that the reason why, Gao?
Shush. 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 Please.
Listen.
I need this. I need this.
Ali, actually, do you know who the original Spyro was?
Who was it really?
Carlos Alazraqui.
Oh.
I'm not from
AKA everybody's favorite, Rocco. Wally.
Okay, so I want him now. I want him over Tom Kenny.
No, I still want Tom Kenny as Spyro.
Hey, why not Elijah Wood?
Oh boy. Yeah, that's debatable. True.
Wow.
No. Damn. So it's either Tom Kenny or Rocco.
Wait a second. Wasn't there? For some reason, I thought that Mr. Krabs was in the Spyro game, but he was actually in Crash Bandicoot. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he wasn't Neo Cortex, wasn't it?
yeah, he was Cortex.
Yeah.
No.
That was it.
Kind of disappointed. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't get him in the remaster, though.
Didn't they get the Brains voice actor for one of those?
I think. Let me look that up really quick.
Well, keep in mind that the Cortex voice, who was like started Twin Sanity at the time, it was pretty memorable for comedic relief, I guess. So they have to retain him for being a really decent Cortex voice for a while. And if I remember correctly, was it the old Mr. Krabs voice actor sadly died?
No.
No, he's not. Oh.
No, it was. I think it was the person who voiced
because you're playing
Mermaid.
against crabs, dude. Don't wish death upon them.
Yeah, that's
Wait.
fucked up, dude.
I didn't mean it that way. Hey, come on, guys! That's not what I meant. I thought I remember a long time ago that somebody in the SpongeBob cast sadly passed away. Oh, wait, no, that was Mermaid Man. Never mind. I'll take that back. Sorry. That was Mermaid Man.
This is not the time for wishful thinking.
If Clancy Brown dies, I riot.
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah, never mind.
Okay, this is interesting. So the voice actor for Cortex in the remaster was Lex Lane. He voiced let's see, any notable roles. Doctor Doom in Earth Mightiest Heroes. He starred in regular show. Voiced Batman and Dick Grayson in the Batman Brave show. Is there anything notable at all that he?
That who? Lex Lang?
Yeah, Lex Lang.
Yeah, Lex Lang is a classic voice actor. He also, and I'm not shitting you, plays Goku in the LA dub of Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at that right now. And I just saw it, like, Goku, Dragon Ball Super. I'm like, wait, no. Wait, is that true? Is that true? No, that can't be true.
Yep.
Holy
Wait.
shit.
When did Super had 2 dubs? What the hell? I thought this was all Funimation. Wait a minute.
No, Super's got 2 dubs. It's got one dub from Texas and one dub from LA, but the one from LA only airs in fucking India and Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Okay.
It's because of licensing issues.
So, let me get this straight. Neo Cortex is Goku.
That's right.
In India.
The okay, Goku. Okay.
This is
That
canon
explains
now.
all the fake. That's explained all the fake tech support calls I get.
This is canon now. Goku isn't at the Tournament of Power. It's Neo Cortez. Neo
I'm
Cortez.
just gonna go to after the podcast. I'm gonna look into finding one scene involving that dub. Now I want to know how either good or bad it is.
It's really fucking bad. It's fucking terrible.
We're talking like early '90s dub terrible.
We're talking mid '90s dub terrible.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the problem came down to the fact that their script adaptations were bad, and honestly, none of the actors wanted to do it.
Wow.
Because they're all friends with people at Funimation.
Oh.
They're like, no, we don't want to make a second dub of Super. That sounds terrible.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, that is delicious right there.
Alright, actually, getting back to Spyro, I just realized we just went off topic.
Gal, this is the podcast where you occasionally go off topic.
You're right. Oh yeah.
What's the topic?
Can we skip the topics and just talk about whatever?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, just like a nail in the coffin with Spyro. Just all I gotta say, that's gotta be. I gotta see gameplay. I gotta see how it looks. I need this. That's it. All right, there you go.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll hear something about it at E3. That's my I really hope that's the case.
That'd be neat.
Oh,
again, I'll just take a look at that super dub and how bad it will be. And if I can't even handle 10 seconds, I'm gonna barf.
You better post on Twitter, Mark. I'm expecting it.
I'm gonna see.
Live tweet it.
God.
Okay. So the next topic isn't really news, but rather something Gammon wanted to talk about involving Switch ports. Gammon, mind talking about it?
It's just something I've noticed a lot, is that when an indie game or developers don't want to bring a game to Switch due to reasons outside of their either financial reasons, or the game just can't run on the Switch due to technical reasons, Switch fans just go nuts and just, riot on their posts saying, Switch or no buy. It's like, and it gets to the point where they harass developers to the point where they have to delete all of their tweets because they're just tired of seeing everything from them.
Yeah.
Most notably, this happened with a Hat in Time.
Yeah.
Where the Hat in Time devs were just harassed non-stop about a Switch version, all because the game took inspiration from Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Banjo-Kazooie. And it's
getting like really weird.
It's like I would think Nintendo fans would have a bit more humility, because after the Wii U's
Seriously, Cameron?
after the Wii U's, I'm gonna put it, let's just say, abysmal failure, they would think, okay, we have a good system on our hands, and if a dev can't bring a game to our system, I guess we'll have to live with it. We have other games to play.
Gamma, no, my dude, no, Gamma, no, Nintendo fans, no, Gamma, no. Nintendo fans are really
They're a piece
Terrible?
of
yes.
I'm saying this one myself.
I mean, to be with all due respect, not all Nintendo fans are bad, but there are times in which Nintendo fans can go really overboard. Like the whole last year when Jim Sterling gave Breath of the Wild a 7 out of 10, and people were DDoSing his site, giving him death threats, all because he gave the game a 7 out of 10, which is above average.
Like,
I forget. Which game was that?
Breath of the Wild.
Wait, he gave it a 7 out of 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, even I think that's a little low, but whatever.
It's just his thing was that he didn't like certain things about the open world, and that's fine. It's his opinion, but I'm not gonna wish him harm because of it.
I mean, that's why the thing that people don't understand with the reviewers is that they're all going to be subjective and biased. What you do is you find someone who agrees with your perspective on video games, and then you use their recommendations.
Yep. Yep. But anyway, like I was saying, this does not surprise me, Gamma. It really doesn't, to be honest.
And every time a new game is announced, like a new a game by a small developer, They're saying, "Where's the Switch version at? Where's the Switch version at?" And they can't seem to fathom the idea they don't have the money to make a Switch version. But every time I mention that, they're like, "Oh, well, if they put it on the Switch, they'll make the money."
No,
you don't know that.
No.
Just because a handful of games sold really well on the Switch, that does not mean every game will sell well on the Switch. It's like, I would love a lot of the games I love on the Switch, but I know, due to one reason or another, it won't be possible. I love playing games in the Go, but some devs just don't think it's worth the risk or investment. Like, Falcom is a good example. They don't want to put games on the Switch themselves because they believe their audience is solely on PlayStation and the PC. But they'll allow other devs to put their games in the Switch for them, but them themselves are not going to go out because they have their audience. They want to, focus on them first.
Yeah, not to mention, like, despite the fact that the Switch is kind of an innovative console, it still has some limitations compared to the PS4, the Xbox One, and a lot of times they can't really port their games to that console because of those limitations. Hell, I was kind of surprised that the remastered Dark Souls game is coming to the Switch. But I just think that Nintendo fans, like, it's fine asking if there's a Switch port, but getting to the level of harassment is not really called for, in my opinion. And it goes back to how they acted last year, especially with Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. But I don't know. Again, this bit of news doesn't really surprise me. It really doesn't.
Yeah, and I just see constant arguments that say developers are just lazy to not put games on the Switch. They can scale back games to work on it, but it's like, what if that compromises the developer's integrity of their game? I mean, you didn't make the game. You don't know what they wanted.
Not to mention, there's like costs associated with porting games to like a new console.
There's no magic button they can press to make a Switch game.
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way. People seem to think it does because, again, a few games are easy to port, but not every game will be easy to port.
Yep. Not to mention, I'm assuming that there's a lot of program involved with porting games to the Switch.
I mean, but I just feel like, if a game comes to it, that's great. If not, move on with your life. It could come one day, but it's not going to come if you harass the developer. They're going to be turned off from wanting to service that audience.
Yeah, I can imagine those developers be like, okay, so we receive 1,600 death threats to port our game to the Switch. Do you guys want to port it to the Switch? No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Maybe if we get one
there's
more.
There's no such thing as getting turned off from people wanting things in that world. But what you will find is that a lot of developers struggle with cross-platform like releases, especially with newer hardware, and especially with Nintendo hardware. Nintendo has never made it particularly easy for third parties. And it does suck that a lot. One of the worst parts about servicing this particular audience, aka video game fans, is that most of them have no fucking idea how it actually works.
Exactly.
And like, if you're one of the people who actually does, then you weren't offended by that comment. If you were offended by that comment, you probably don't. So, frankly, it is really annoying to see people, shake down developers and shake down creators. Like, why aren't you giving us what we want? It's you would make the money. Well, yeah, they might, but also, what if they don't? What if you're wrong? What if maybe they, who have a bunch of people who are studying the industry, have a better idea of it than you do? And what if they would make the money back, but they frankly just don't have the money to get it moving, to get it started?
Right.
Like, everyone wanted FighterZ for the Switch, but it's incredibly hard to program that game, considering that it's missing like at least 2 buttons necessary to play the game proper.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, it is really aggravating. It sucks. It sucks because as a guy who's worked in a couple of different industries, including running my own business, you get a lot of people all the time who think they understand, who think they know, and they have no actual information. They have these. They try and take. They try and take these facades of informed. How do I put this? They have a facade of professionalism that they've taken from films and media that they've consumed and documentaries that they may have seen, but that's not actually that's not actual information.
So basically, you're describing the YouTube comments.
Yes.
Gotta love armchair developers.
Oh yeah, armchair. That's the word.
Yeah. I think the best way to combat situations with like that is basically doing things like behind the scenes videos, like just showing people, hey, this is how much work we put into the game, or this is how much work we put into the movie. This is how it's done. Please understand how it's done. Please.
Yeah, so I remember like one of the things, like, going back on the financing, like A Hat in Time, as much as a fantastic game that is, I recommend everyone watching this buy it. It didn't sell like gangbusters. It sold a modest amount, and everyone's demand they put all that money, that profit that they made, and put it into and risk it all on a Switch version that may or may not make the money back.
Yeah.
Especially porting Unreal 3 to the Switch, because Unreal 3 is not compatible.
Well, is Unreal 4 compatible?
Yeah, but it's just 3 isn't. I know that Rocket League got on Switch, but they had to outsource the development to someone else, and they had enough money to, write it off.
Right.
Yeah, because it's Rocket League.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, the money they made porting it to Switch, they made it back probably with regular sales.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let's consider the following here. Did you think, wasn't there, I don't know, Doom, Wolfenstein, and WWE 2K18, were they any good Switch ports at all?
Doom, yes. WWE was hot trash. Wolfenstein 2, we don't know yet because it's not out yet.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I feel like they're overestimating the Switch just a bit, if you knowing how powerful the thing can be at times.
I don't know.
Even once
Doom
in a
at 30
while.
FPS in your pocket is not a bad deal.
Where's the thing about Doom? It runs it runs below low PC settings.
Yeah, but it's still Doom in your pocket.
That's
Yes.
true.
Well, kind of your pocket. That thing's still kind of
close enough. It's portable. It's very
portable enough. I don't know. It's
Portability,
like,
guys.
I don't know. To me, it's like I could see the portability for some and everything. And again, the Hat in Time would have been perfect. But in the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. Like, just get the Mario game, okay? The Mario Odyssey is good enough. If that's the case, like, asking for another.
They do have direct competition with Mario. That's also worth considering.
Yeah, I mean, just like in variety in that point on, and really just. I don't know about you. In the general consensus, how many people honestly do handheld mode? Really?
What, for the Switch?
I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
Literally all I do.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right. I just wanted to know. I'm not so certain because, like, in my mindset, I think, oh, sweet. Now I can have it on the go. I'll buy this version. I still played Sonic Forces on the dock instead.
Right.
I don't.
An example.
The only time I ever play games on, in the dock, the only time is when I go over to a friend's place to play Mario Kart with more than like one other person.
Okay.
But I played all of Mario Odyssey handheld. I played all of Breath of the Wild handheld. I love handheld. I like being able to lay on my bed and play my video games.
Right.
I like being able to play them when I'm out and about. I never took my 3DS anywhere, and it was smaller and easier to carry.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just like, okay, that I get. For a lot of people with the conveniency, now I see. But it's just like, I don't know, to a point when you want to get a game like maybe A Hat in Time or maybe some really high-end games like for Doom, somehow, don't you want to still appreciate the look through a bigger screen to some extent, at least? I don't know.
To a lot
That's just
of people, it's the portability aspect they're more concerned with, which is fair.
Okay.
People bought the Switch for portability. I'm not going to knock them for that. But they have to realize that some games will not run on that. Nintendo sacrificed power for portability. And that's doing them well. They just have to realize with that cost, not every game will come to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess as it is, I think for the Hat in Time, like let them do what they want. Like let people port whatever they want. And when you get a Switch, in the end of the day, you're probably just going to be focused also on the IPs more than third parties to an extent. That's what matters really, because Nintendo already gives out some really decent games. Like I'm more or less bought the Switch because like all their #1 IPs from like Mario Kart, Splatoon 2, and Breath of the Wild, like all those games were appealing to me to play it with or without the dock usually. So it's like I'm in for the games basically.
Likewise.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really played a lot of the Switch since I got Splatoon 2. That's probably because I've been preoccupied with more PC gaming. But I'm with Gal. Like, I play more of the docked mode than the handheld mode. Like, I tried the handheld mode once, but the handheld mode, I didn't really feel comfortable using a Wi-Fi connection. So I've been playing dock mode most of the times. But to each their own, as I usually say.
Exactly.
Yeah, it depends on what game it is for me, because Splatoon I'll always play handheld, but the rest I usually play docked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so we go from talking about one console to another possible console. In another bit of bizarre news, Google has revealed that they are interested in entering the home console market. From reading the article, it seems like it'll follow more of a PlayStation Now model in which people can play streaming games. They've been interested for a long time, but it wasn't until I'm trying to remember the Xbox person, Phil
Spencer.
I believe it was Phil Spencer, recently joined Google, so now they're really kicking into high gear.
Oh, well, no, then it's not Phil Spencer. He's still at Microsoft.
I'm trying to remember who. It was another Phil that they got. Let me pull up the article. Well, it was on the No, but of course I can't really play audio on the right now. Let's see. Let's pull it up right now.
But yeah, it just from what I've read of it, it just looks like another Android console.
So it's Ouya 2.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Who is this?
Google.
Google's looking to make a gaming console?
Yeah, they're
Yep.
making a second Ouya. I'm worried about this already because
Knock,
the
knock,
Ouya
the
is
Ouya's here.
horrible.
Yeah.
I don't really think making a streaming console, is a great idea. Especially, I mean, to be fair, in all honesty, with the way Microsoft is going, I personally think Microsoft is going to drop out of the console race soon, and if Google is focused on entering the console market, then they'll possibly replace Microsoft. But again, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong though about the whole Microsoft dropping out. Yeah, here we go. Google Yeti. That's what the project's being called.
I mean, it'll just be another Android clone console with all the other ones. That's all it's gonna be.
Yeah.
The Ouya.
Like it'll get like it'll get the few Steam games on there. Maybe a few Steam devs will dip their toe in the water, see how it feels, and most of them are just gonna put put games on it.
Yeah. Question is, who wouldn't be interested in developing games for like Google? I can't imagine. What was it? They had time developers developing a game for the Google console.
I mean, it's just a streaming service. So I was
Yeah.
assuming it would just stream Steam games, really.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just gonna be a streaming device.
Yeah,
It's a Chromecast for video games.
yeah, they literally calling it the Netflix of gaming.
I'm okay with this. This could be good.
You were kind of nervous about it earlier, dude.
I know. I am worried because it sounds like an Ouya, but like the idea of a stream-based game service, I've always found interesting.
Well, I better switch from Spectrum quickly then.
Yeah.
It's good for the people that have good internet but shitty hardware, I think.
Yeah.
It sounds more for a higher class than it is more for the lower class of people, really. So I'm not so certain about this, really. I'd still say knock knock, Ouya is just at the door waiting to bring a new friend. So I don't know. It's not only for the fact it's going to be a streaming base and it's console and it's Google intention. I'm just going to see a lot of those. Hey, let's make a buck out of this. The shittiest ripoff of Mario immediately. Let's do it. 500 of those. 500 of those stupid ass clickbait games, and probably Final Fantasy 15 Castle Defender. I know they're gonna fucking do that. Assholes, we will.
Oh, that is another possible problem. If we're having issues with like developers blatantly stealing other games and uploading it to Google Play, then this is going to be worse.
This is just going to be as bad. No, I don't see it. I see Ouya just coming in, getting a new roommate. That's it.
Dude, I can't wait to play fucking Flappy Bird on a console.
Oh,
okay.
Fucking,
what year is it?
No.
What year is this?
Jesus Christ.
It's 2018, Gamma.
No. I'm pretty sure we're back in 2013, 2012.
Well, are you able to travel through time, Gamma?
If he's mentioning Flappy Birds, yes.
Can you?
What
But
do you mean? It's the hippest new game on the market, dude.
Yeah, we're back in 2013. Oh, wow. I see all those cool prank videos if you get like 100 in a row, dude.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
Kill?
Okay.
Christ.
But yeah, I still have very low expectations for this Google console. But I could be proven wrong. You never know what could happen.
Did anyone care about the Steam machine?
You know, it had promise, but Valve screwed it over by making too many different ones.
Yeah, I still have a Steam Link, and it's just basically a paper
Steam machine.
weight.
I still have to get the Steam controller.
It's not worth it. Don't bother.
I just come to the realization it's not worth it.
Yeah, I've had it, and I've tried justifying it for a long time, and I just can't see it. Or is basically me being on the couch watching YouTube videos or whatever.
Alright, I think we'll just go to the next topic. So, the next bit of news will interest a lot of Neptunia fans. Compile Hearts has announced that in addition to remaking Rebirth 1 for the PlayStation 4, they'll be working on 5 RPGs. Okay, I'm excited to see what type of RPGs they're working on. I know one of them is like the Death game, but why are they remaking Rebirth 1 again? I mean,
that's what I want to know.
They're remaking Rebirth 1 for the simple fact that the Vita is, well, now it's finally dying in Japan. And they just want to be able to milk it even more. I mean, Cyber Dimension Neptunia, I remember what is one of the best-selling games over there right now. And they're just trying to recapitalize on that. Like, hey, here's the first game in the series, remade. Not really remade, but still.
It's a PS4 port then. There's no fucking point.
It's a port from the PC version to the PS4.
yeah, but
Which is a port of the Vita version to the PC, which is a port of the PS3 version to the Vita. You see where this is going.
Yeah, like, this is a fucking PC game. The PC version's out there. Just play that or something. Why would they have to make a big announcement for the PS4?
Japan. PC game, as much as Falcom would love PC gaming to be the next big thing there, it's not as big as it is over here. So
yeah, that is true.
So
but
that's why it's like, you know, it Rebirth sold well here on PC. In Japan, those sales didn't really exist much. So there's looking as a way to just, you know, do as a cash grab for it, and it'll probably come to the West eventually, and I'll probably review it and hate myself.
yeah, okay. So I'm just like saving this for like when I review the Rebirth games later this year. I just gotta get through the Space Marines review and then do the Mega review. I just don't like the fact that Idea Factory is just not only reusing assets in previous games, but they're just not doing anything new with the Neptunia franchise. They're just, well, other than Cyber Dimension, it just feels.
One of these games has to be the new game. They've already confirmed that there is another mainline game in development, but at this point, they're just trying to just like beef up the money.
Yeah, but I'm just sick and tired of just seeing Rebirth, like the mainline Neptunia games being remade again. I mean, we had the, like, it's like what you said earlier. We had the Vita version, we had the PlayStation 3 version, we had the PC version, then we have the PS4 version. It's like,
like I said, this is being catered to mostly Japan.
Yeah,
if Idea Factory International localizes them, I'll actually be a bit surprised.
Yeah.
But are there other games I'm more interested in? Because there's 5 of them. I know we're gonna Rebirth 2 and 3 plus, but the other ones I want to know what else do they have planned? Because if you look outside of Neptunia, Compile Heart can make good games, but they don't want to put too much risk in those good games. Like Dark Rose Valkyrie was a pretty okay game. It's like, you know, they worked with I think with Bamco on it to some degree, and it came out to be one of their better written games, and it played better. But they have this like safe zone they're just afraid to venture out of because hey, what we're doing makes us a lot of money.
Yeah, especially with the fact that it is a small Idea Factory is still a small company.
Actually they're not. They're pretty big in Japan. Which just makes it even worse.
But the thing I am interested in is hearing the other RPGs they have in mind. Like I already know one of them is Redef. I know.
I thought they already came out.
Like that's like one of the games that that Compare Hearts is released that's supposed to be a non-Neptunian game. But I'm just interested in hearing what the other RPG franchises are working on, and if they're going to be, or if they're collabs with other game developers.
Can I say something actually?
Go for it.
I don't know about this. Look, this is something I have kind of a problem with NIS America. Isn't there a little too much RPGs on their pocket right now that they're trying to shell out at this point? Like, I'm starting to kind of feel a little overwhelmed of the amount of different titles that are coming out one by one from like both these companies. NIS America has all these new JRPGs they announced. I remember seeing the what was it that announcement earlier, Gamma, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, see, with NISA, they're not making these games. They're just localizing them.
It's overwhelming, though. They're going to be making this many. It's like, I feel like they should tone it down a bit, stick to one good formula, and just not push so much, or else it's gonna like, what can you choose?
Here's the thing of NISA, they have to, because they lost Atelier, Neptunia, and now Danganronpa.
Okay.
They have nothing else. They have to pump these games out. They have to localize these indie Japanese games to try and make money now.
But then for Compile Hearts, though. But for Compile Hearts, that's like 5 RPGs. Isn't that, jumping it a bit much? Like, that's too many if it's going to be all different ones. I mean...
Well, that's a genuine concern. I still believe that, 2 of them will be Neptunia games. We'll just ports, and the rest will just be whatever their B teams want to experiment with. Whatever, if Sega wants to team up with them again, if Bamco wants to team up with them again and make games, maybe that'll happen, but we'll have to see.
You know, it would be interesting though. Like I remember talking about this for my past, for my live streams. If they do decide to make another Neptunian game, it would be interesting to have Nepgear be the villain for this game. Like if you played, well, first off, spoilers. If you played Rebirth 2 and got the Conquest ending, Nepgear basically slaughtered a lot of the goddesses, and to this day, a lot of Neptunian fans hate Nepgear because of that non-canon ending. What if the name Neptunian game takes that ending and makes Nepgear the villain for the next Neptunian game?
You're implying Compile Heart has any creativity like that.
She burn.
Damn.
I'm just calling it as I see it, okay? I've reviewed their games before. I've given them too much leeway on this type of stuff, but it's like they need to just like mix it up. But they won't.
And to be honest, it would be a good way to mix it up. Just imagine how much tension it would cause having Nepgear from another dimension fighting the mainline Neptune. Like it'll be a very interesting take on the franchise.
It would be.
They've done it so many times before at this point. I wouldn't see why not. Really,
it's a good idea, so they're not going to do it. That's all I'm going to see it.
Oh. I mean, what they did with the Victory 2, okay? Look how that turned out, being all dimension. And now why not they do the same thing for the Conquest? It would have been great. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm just concerned. Too many RPGs. They need to change up the variety a little more on if Compile Hearts wants to get some audience, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I
like,
totally
maybe
agree.
just say... Not 5 RPGs, 5 new games. Fuck, put a VR game out there or something. Maybe that'll at least give some variety.
V2R, no variety. But But you know what? All I can say is this: friendship with Neptunia has ended. Yakuza is my new best friend.
Hell,
Damn.
So,
hell yeah.
There you go.
yeah, that's just me at this point with the series.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yakuza's cooler anyway.
Oh, so I guess we'll just transition to the final topic.
Perfect.
That's why I made the joke. Why'd you have to make it so obvious?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
And the final bit of news, in addition to Fist of Blue Sky, a prequel series to the original Fist of North Star, Gammalad actually tried out a bit of the Fist of North Star demo. Gamma, mind talking about that a bit before we talk about Blue Sky?
Okay, if you have a Japanese PSN account, download the Hokuto ga Gokuto demo. It is probably one of the best beat 'em up games I've played. I love the Yakuza series, and how they incorporated the Yakuza combat system into the Hokuto format was just mind-blowing. Yakuza is more known for a grabby type combat system where you do grab and special heat moves. Instead of grabbing in Hokuto, you actually you use the grab button to actually perform pressure point attacks, which then lead into really over-the-top fatality kills. It's just a lot of fun to just beat up people. All I've been doing is just going to the open world part of the game in the buggy and just getting into random fights. It's just, I want that game to come out sooner. It's coming out next month in Japan, and my friends at Sega are teasing localization of it, and I hate them for it because I want it. Yes, Box, you saw this. You know what tweet I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I totally saw that exchange.
And I was like, why? Phenomenal game though. If you have a Japanese PSN account, definitely try out the demo. I've put about 10 hours into the demo, just doing all the random stuff that's available at this point in the game.
Wait, really? That's how big? Oh my god, for a demo?
So
10 hours for a demo? Are you serious?
That's how much I put into it.
Wow.
The demo has two sections. You have a story section where you fight Shen.
Okay.
That's like a half-hour long battle between a bunch of enemies and ends of a boss fight against him. Then you have the open sandbox part, like Yakuza is known for. You get to go to not Kamurocho, and do buggy driving, do a few side quests, beat up people, racing. It's really good. There's a lot of stuff to do in this demo.
Gamma, I have a very important question to ask you.
Yes.
Did you try the bartending?
That is not in the demo.
God damn it!
Yeah, I know. I went to the bar, and it just said it seems like the owner is out right.
Oh well, that's
like
just
you get to go into the bar for the story part of that demo, but then after you try going back in, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, he's not here."
Damn it!
Yeah,
it's
mind blowing. I'm loving the game so much. Like it's not better than the mainline series of Yakuza games, but for an anime adaptation of a game, I think it's one of the best ones I've played.
Mm.
Yeah, I know, because you keep messaging me about playing it.
Box, have you played it yet?
No!
Have you played it yet, Box?
Look,
are you playing it now, Box?
I can't.
No.
For being a calling card to the Fist of the North Star fans, I'm glad this is the case. I don't think the Fist of the North Star games' reputation have been doing any good lately, haven't they?
Nope.
No, it's because Sega owns the rights to make the games, but the last two games, Koei Tecmo, Sega licensed the game out to Koei Tecmo to make the two Muso games, which were
meh.
And
this game is a lot of fun.
Yeah, they try to put Dynasty Warriors in a Fist of the North Star setting. I mean,
it's just this way is better. It's like
it is better.
Hordes of enemies. No, I don't think Fist of the North Star like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Fist of the North Star, is Kenshiro going from town to town trying to solve people's problems and then getting in the random fights with people along the way. That makes more sense.
Yeah,
that makes
definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm glad that I'm just glad that Negoshi was like, I want to make a Fist of the North Star game, and they did.
Yeah.
And then comes the new prequel anime, which is like, I don't know. Actually,
it looks good for a 3D anime. It looks way better than Berserk, in my opinion.
Anything's better than Berserk at this point.
Yeah, even animation is better than Berserk.
But like, what I want to think about, it's like, is for such a timeless show like Fist and North Star, is a prequel really that necessary at this point? I guess. I mean, still watch it in a sense.
I mean, people just want to get their money's worth for it, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I don't know if they are still. I mean, like again, I would kind of think more of like. I mean, is Fist of the North Star still, you could say, strong in the fan base to this day? Now that's what I want to know.
I think part of it is due to weekly YouTube shows. A bridge of Fist of the North Star. That's one way. I think that's one of the reasons why you're starting to see a slow interest in Fist of the North Star again. A very slow one, in my opinion. But I think once the game comes out, you'll start seeing more of an interest in the Fist of the North Star property again.
At least in Japan, which is probably why they're just trying to capitalize on the upcoming game. So,
right.
Like, I bet you a dime into a dozen. After the game comes out, a year, 2 years from now, you'll hear, "Hey, we're remaking the Fist of the North Star anime, even though we did in the early 2000s."
Oh boy, the remake was a mixed bag, from what I understand.
I didn't watch the remake. I watched the original series.
same.
Same.
I need to know because I've been meaning to get into the series, and I need to know if I can just go straight to the remake.
Wait, the remake of what?
No.
Fist of the North Star.
Oh, yeah. I don't know enough about that. Sorry.
It's fine, no worries. But my recommendation box: check out the original series. Don't watch the 2001s. I mean,
You're fine watching the original. Actually, it's a good show.
Would the movie be worth watching? The old one?
You mean the old animated one?
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
Yeah. Like
Same.
See, the thing about the old Fist of the North Star, it gives you that weird campy feel from that time period, but it's still a fantastic show.
Sweet.
the thing about the movie box, in the original series, they censored a lot of the blood. So anytime Kenshiro just bludgeons someone, it's usually this white goo or whatever. In the movie, the violence is totally uncensored. You see blood, you see guts. It's pretty much uncensored. That's
Pretty metal.
yeah.
That's pretty fucking metal.
It's pretty fucking metal. In fact, I think I watched the movie some time ago, and I did appreciate the level of violence, the way it was animated compared to the original show. I mean, there were times in the original show that felt kind of weirdly animated. Like, I could have swore there was literally a time in which after Kenshiro does his signature move, they had him on transparent paper, flipping the paper behind a background. And I remember looking at the scene, I'm like, wait, did they really put Kenshiro on a transparent piece of paper with a background? Like, I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube.
Oh, show me this, please.
Jesus Christ, that sounds amazing. But yeah, no, for Fist of the North Star prequel series, and it's kind of going CG. I'll give it some time. I guess you could say I'll give it a chance. Honestly, I'd still say they could have gone a lot more traditional with it, like when Fate Zero had a prequel series, and look how praised that turned out to be.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like I expect something. That's for certain. I expect something out of it, but as for something like Fist of the North Star, you know, I'd still say that's kind of really dragging it out thin. It's a timeless classic that you might as well just watch to the beginning and end on its own, you know? Besides, again, if Kenshiro's going to be involved with this one. Yes or no? I'm just no?
His uncle will be involved in this one.
Okay, good way to hold off then.
But the thing about his uncle is that, to me, from the previews, he seems like he has more of a personality than the original Kenshiro. Like, Kenshiro is still a badass, don't get me wrong, but he felt very limited.
Two-dimensional.
Exactly. Exactly, but I think that was the time period. At the time, they had to have these muscle men that just had very limited things to say. At least
timeless voice actor too, mind you. No one else can really. I don't know if anyone had pulled off perfectly how the original Kenshiro voice actor did all of his action moves, and him as an actor being Kenshiro. I mean, that's the one notable thing about him from last time I checked.
Are we talking about the Japanese Seiyu, or are we talking about the American?
Seiyu.
Yeah,
Japanese. Yeah.
Funny enough, you know, going back to an old tangent, Lex Lang played him in English.
Ooh. What?
This man just keeps showing up.
Lex Lang? Oh.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Oh man, I did not watch the English dub of Fist of the North Star because I remember English dubbed anime in the 90s and especially in the 80s were bad, so I tend to avoid them.
Yeah.
But speaking of voice actors, I mean, Kurata does a good job with him in the game, though.
Yeah, he does a really good, excellent job.
It's like he matches his demeanor and the pitch of the original actor when he's attacking.
Yeah, in fact, I was very surprised how well he was able to mimic the original voice actor. But another person I think who could play Kenshiro pretty well is the Japanese VA for Jotaro. He could possibly do that well.
Not the same character.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh man. You know, I'm wanting to, okay, this is just me how I feel right now. I'm starting to worry. I'm gonna hope that there's not gonna be too much of inflection of mixing up Fist of the North Star and JoJo lately.
It's already happening.
It's already happening.
It's like, oh man, I really hope it won't be down to the point where like, what's a Fist of the North Star? It's like, come on, don't forget the old classics, please.
I mean, we all know that, you know, JoJo is a Mad Max reference because Fist of the North Star is a Mad Max reference.
And,
transitive property.
Yeah. And you know, I'll even say this. Look, I know a lot of you have watched Devilman Crybaby, and you're starting to finally appreciate Go Nagai. Well, have other people appreciate Go Nagai's other works, like Mazinger, or Get a Robo, or, you know...
Cutie Honey.
Cutie Honey, there you go!
In
like,
fact,
all the older stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I want people to kind of expand upon what was it reference off. I mean, I know JoJo is just as old, too, but the Ora is like the maximum punches. Like, look back at that even further, who capitalized that, too, and was well known for that, you know? It's like, I wish people can try to explore more instead of just stuck to like one series and sticking with it, you know? I mean, Devilman, I'm happy that that show is getting the praises it deserves as a franchise, like the Devilman series and the story. Now, how about expand what Go Nagai's worked his ass off? Because again, though I'm happy when I went to the Mazinger Infinity movie release in New York.
Damn it, I missed it. Fuck.
Yeah, me too. Me too, friend.
God. Oh man.
It was a callback to the Mazinger fans back in the day. Like, I just teared up because there was a lot that I could recognize, and it's pure, it's good, but it is more for the fans than it is for newcomers, I'll be honest. So
it's also, like, really fucking pretty.
Yeah, the mecha, so good.
Should I still watch
it's, Mazinger?
Yeah, the new one, because I don't know Mazinger much. I only know
I mean, Shin Mazinger is based off a manga from a different writer. It's like, again, this is all Go Nagai transitive properties being retold from every animation studio when they get the opportunity to license it, you know? So usually that's the case. But as for like, you know, Mazinger Infinity, you're going to have to know the old-ass 1990s anime or 80s anime that was back in the day to understand the story with this one. As for Shin, completely new retelling, not even related to this movie at all.
The only Mazinger that I watched was the 2009 version. In fact, I still have to finish watching it.
Shin Mazinger, that's the one.
Yeah,
and then, but yeah, no, it's just like at some point or another, just for everybody out there who are now getting into the series from like, you know, JoJo to again, Devilman Crybaby. Go beyond that. Look into what else they've made in the past. Go from, like, Go Nagai has things! He has stories, people! Look into them! They're just as good!
Seriously, if you're gonna watch JoJo, then you have to read the Rohan mangas.
No.
Yeah.
But
there you go. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. But either way, I'm going to watch the Blue Sky show. I have mixed feelings about it, but hopefully I'll be proven wrong.
Oh. Yeah, I hope so too.
Right. Okay, so now we'll be taking questions from the live stream audience. So if you have a question for I guess for me, I hope the host Kaiser, feel free to ask him right now.
So what are next week's winning lottery ticket numbers?
7.
Okay, 7. Okay, go on.
No, that's it.
Just 7.
Just 7s?
Just 7.
All right.
7 all across. Okay,
down.
be right back. Going to the gas station.
I swear to God.
Send me half of it.
I'll give you a quarter.
Oh, we got a good one already.
All right, you were just talking about this, weren't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Go for it.
So, which anime award made you the most saltiest?
All right, let me take a look at this. Actually, hold on.
I'm gonna say right now, I like My Hero Academia. I thought it was a great show, but it winning 6 out of the 17 awards, kind of going overboard, especially the animation department. Like, yes, My Hero Academia had great animation for a shonen show, but it beating out Little Witch Academia, kind of going overboard.
Okay, that's Little Witch Academia is timeless. Okay, why they did not get the appreciation it deserved though. Damn it.
I blame Netflix.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I'll say, I'm looking at this list right now. Yes, the amount of My Hero is ridiculous. I can't lie. I'm happy of some of the shows they decided, from Best Drama, Ancient Magus Bride, really good. Even to this day, recommendation if you like that fantasy. Kobayashi, well, you want them dragon titties? I know you people want that comedy, of course. Them dragon titties, that's why you laugh at it. You laugh at those bouncy, unnecessary titties from the dragons.
Hey,
sure, that's why it's comedy.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm legitimate. Like, if I had to be completely honest with you, best opening was the one I was saltiest with, because both Akka and Princess Principal had better openings than My Hero Academia. Yeah, My Hero Academia's openings are good. They're very good. But in terms of actual creativity, they pull largely from what's within the show, and less the imagery, their actual artistic form. And God, the song is not very good. If I had to be completely honest with you, I do not like that song all that much.
I like season 3 song.
I'm not a fan.
What?
Oh.
What?
I have to be one to say that season 2 and season 3's openings sounded more like generic anime openings to me, kind of.
Yeah, me too.
Really, honestly, I'm not really much.
Am I the only one that likes season 3's opening?
Hey, look, I'm one who likes season 1's opening because that's full of action, you know.
Dude, I love season 1 opening. It gets me
pumped. Yeah, that one is blood boiling. But season 2 and season 3 was kind of like, you know, I wanted a show about heroes, but this seems like they're going a more generic anime route to some extent. So it's like,
as the show slowly becomes less generic.
Yeah, that's ironic part. So like, I don't know, if they kept retaining what the opening for like season 1 did, I would have been much more okay with that. Like, hey, here's an example. If you want to think of best openings, look at JoJo's. They don't do not all of them do generic, like, you know, very calming kind of anime openings. The first one was hot, blood blowing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Second one was really popping and like you can dance to. Third one, well, mostly the third one, second opening, good.
Yeah, the openings, both the openings for part 3 were amazing. But let's stay on topic though.
Yeah, they'll stay on topic. But yeah, other than that, I don't know, best opening, I wouldn't say season 2. I would say season 1 if I would.
Yeah, I also don't give a shit about best ending. Although the fact that MMO Junkie didn't get it already makes me a little bit irritated. But I haven't seen the closings for any of the other ones. All the other endings. So I don't know.
Likewise.
Yeah, Best Girl kind of irritated me because honestly, my MMO Junkie's heroine, it felt like she felt more real than the other girls.
Well, Ochako winning over Tsuyu already like got into my skin. Yeah. Unfortunately, the best girl category this year wasn't all that great to begin with, because no offense to Chise, Akko, or whatever those bitches from Beast Friends. Yeah, like the 3 solid contenders there were Ochako, Tsuyu, and Morioka. And I would have gone with I would have gone with Tsuyu or Morioka over Ochako, but people like their precious cinnamon buns.
Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile, Todoroki got best boy over Deku, but then Deku got best hero. But then again, like, the best hero category fucking sucked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course he won.
Well,
fucking for some reason, Nanachi's in there, and it's like, okay, I like Nanachi, but what the fuck is she doing in best hero?
Yeah. I mean, the 2 characters that made me happy was best hero because honestly I thought Deku deserved it, especially with the stuff that happened in the series. And best CGI, Land of the Illustrious. If you guys get the chance, I highly recommend watching it. It's probably one of the best CGI anime I've ever watched.
It definitely is.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good choice, but the fact that a lot of the winners were My Hero Academia.
I only disagree with like a handful of them.
Right.
Like the best girl was always going to go to My Hero because again, like as much as I like Chisei, she was never going to make best girl. And one of the other ones was fucking again the girl from Kimono Friends and Akko. And Akko's a good girl. She's not a best girl. So one of those was almost always going to go to My Hero. But best animation? Are you kidding me? Like, trust me, it's got really good animation. But best animation? Fucking Silent Voice was on that list.
Yeah.
Fucking Little Witch Academia was on that list.
Yes!
Speaking of Silent Voice, yeah, it got dicked over in best film. Oh, but fucking Your Name, it's so good.
Oh. I'm trying to remember. Was it Your Name that Giga was talking about? Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, when Giga was presenting best comedy, when Kobayashi won, he just had the most depressed look on his face. It's on Twitter now.
Lord, oh man. I'll say from the categories here, yes, I'm happy about Magus. I'm also happy about Girls Last Tour. That one was definitely a lovely last slice of life.
Right.
I have watched March Comes in Line for continuing series with Girlfriend, and it was really good, definitely. And Made in Abyss is the only one I haven't seen, but seeing how it actually got a good score and Anime of the Year, I'm gonna give that a shot to watch that. Something that looks different out of all the My Hero and Kobayashi's in it now. So yes, thank you. I might give that a watch now this time around. So
it did make me happy to see March Comes in Like a Lion beat Super.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The salt, man, the salt.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go ahead, go.
I'll just say this: March Comes in Like a Lion, highly recommended. It is definitely one of those shows that Shaft has really done pretty well. Solid show, recommended, big time.
I'm already a depressed person. This show made me even more depressed.
All right.
All right. So there's a question for me. Dai, you think that Fairy Fencer F will ever happen? Also, why is BlazBlue Cross Tag not releasing in Europe? No, I don't think Fairy Fencer F2 will come out. And as to why BlazBlue Cross Tag is not coming for Europe,
Arc System Works does not have a European branch. If anything, it'll probably go to Deep Silver for distribution in Europe.
Yeah,
that's just my speculation. I don't know.
Oh, good luck with that. Oof.
Okay, so that was actually an easy question. All right, let's take a look at some other questions. Keep them coming. Okay, I don't think a lot of people here know about Damachi.
Which one? Damachi?
Yeah, is one that
Damachi?
yeah.
Sorry.
Yaoshin is the one that Yaoshin abridges. What do you think of Damachi getting a second season? It comes out in October, I think. I'm not really into it, to be honest. I don't really have any strong opinions about it. I'll need to watch season 1. The only thing I know is about the boob ribbon girl, and that's about it.
And I think that's the sad part. It was just kind of going a little too much in comedy and service, and it's more of like a, meh, it's all right, pretty good type of level. Maybe, I don't know. It just didn't appeal to that extent right there. I know it has a lot of fans, but I don't know. Didn't get a chance to finish that yet.
Okay, here's another good question.
What's up?
This was addressed to me, but I think this will be a good question to ask for everyone. What's your opinion on the best villain? I don't know if he's referring to the Crunchyroll best villain.
I'm guessing he means the Crunchyroll best villain, and that was bullshit too.
What are the other contenders?
Stain won over Tanya Degurishoff from fucking Tanya, that series called Tanya.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Over Bone Druid from Made in Abyss, although I get that Bone Druid's barely showed up, but fuck. Cartophilis from Ancient Magus, fucking Usagi from Juni Tyson, so who cares? And Hiro Shishigami from Inuyashiki.
What?
Yeah, no, fucking, again, this is where I said this on Twitter, and I deleted this tweet because I just didn't want to deal with the fucking nonsense. But this was not a best of award show. This was most popular award show. That's what this this was. What is the most popular show this year? That's all it was.
Yeah, it was like last year with Yuri on Ice, basically.
Shiki is a great show. The characters, like, they established what they are in that one. Are you kidding me?
I feel like the anime awards should just take a page out of the VGA's book and just have a expert judges voting, but also take the public vote into account for the winners. That's how the VGAs determine their winners.
Like, if I were to choose out of the list with the best villain, Tanya and Usagi would definitely be my hard choice between the two, honestly.
Usagi, really?
Yeah.
Someone was a big fan of Juni Tyson.
I enjoy the show. Usagi's pretty fucked up in concept wise. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention Hiro Shishigami. I guess it was also one given, but sadly the show wasn't long enough for it. But still, development wise, I still would pick between. I would say Tanya, because again, isn't that a show where the main character is the villain?
Yeah, and she's amazing.
Oh
yeah, like. You can't go wrong with that. She outsmarted everything, and you're telling me someone like Stain, all because what? He has a very it's like All Might thing going on where it influence other villains. No, you gotta be smart with this, not just be influenced, speak like a speech or anything. Tanya really got it down for me, if you ask me, if we were to choose that fucking award.
Yeah, I'm honestly gonna go with Tanya because she was an evil little girl on that show.
Yeah, but. Oh, well, I guess that's just the votes how most people were familiar with. I don't think a lot of people might have gotten into that show strongly enough compared to what My Hero gotten, I guess.
I just hope that next year Crunchyroll will change how they do the awards. Like, I honestly think Gamma's suggestion of how the VJs do the awards will be applicable. Have popular vote, have people vote on it, and then have a panel of judges. But then, but the other problem is bias. People want to accuse the judges of being biased. It's like
that's an award show, though.
Yeah, it's like it's no matter which way you're looking at it, it's a lose-lose situation.
Maybe once the anime anime industry overall here, well, in America, gets a lot more established and popularized, I think they might start considering better on choosing not just popularity, but a lot more focused on the arts. And for once, maybe I feel like it's still on its very. It's not there yet for people to like take 100% seriously on awards, you know, the fine arts of anime, not just the most common arts and stuff. Oh boy.
All right, this is another. I think this will be the last question.
Go for it.
I have a question for the whole cast. What anime is your guilty pleasure?
Oh.
I don't watch enough anime so with a guilty pleasure.
I don't have a guilty pleasure. I'd say Prison School, actually.
Prison School?
Yeah. I love Prison School. I read Prison School.
Oh, that one, yes. Oh boy.
I remember. What was the
Sorry if that makes me a Gamergate creep show.
Nah.
Oh my god.
Nah. I'm trying to think. I want. Let's see. I'm trying to remember.
I think.
Are we talking about guilty pleasure as in a show that's bad, or guilty pleasure either or?
That you feel bad for
let's just assume either or. Either or you're embarrassed at saying it, or the show is just overall bad.
Yeah. Well.
Do I have to mention it?
Go for it.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking. Do-Re-Mi.
Do-Re-Mi.
You can't feel guilty about liking a show for little girls, you know.
In my defense, that's how I first started watching it when it was on 4Kids. And I was like,
that's your
5.
defense?
That's when I was 5. When I was 5, okay?
Wait, did you at least see Cardcaptor Sakura? Cardcaptor Sakura, did you at least see that? If that was the case.
Yeah, good question, because Cardcaptor Sakura is like Do-Re-Mi, but good.
Yeah.
I think I have it at some point.
Okay. I should get into Cardcaptor Sakura then.
Okay, I think I have two shows that's like I don't have like a definite guilty pleasure in the past, but but my guilty pleasure for this season of anime is Darling in the Franxx and Citrus.
Why Darling in the Franxx?
Because because the show is nothing but sex puns. The guy got literally
Where's the guilty part of it?
Because
I thought the guilty part was that it's bad and he likes it.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the show is literally sex. It's literally sex puns. The anime. Well, that's all anime, but it just goes the extra mile. They ride doggy style in the freaking mech. One of the chicks gave the guy space AIDS in the show.
My God,
it doesn't matter if it's like oh, due to physical contact and shit, the guy got this incurable disease. No, he got fucking space AIDS.
Dino AIDS.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. Oh, that was AIDS? Oh God. Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's like other shit. Like
it's supposed to be a metaphor.
It's
a metaphor. What? I couldn't tell you.
And then Citrus is the other anime.
Now that is a trashy ass anime.
It is so fucking trashy.
I keep seeing the ads for it. I'm like, what is this?
It's trash.
Did you guys see and they pulled it. Crunchyroll had a Valentine, a citrus themed Valentine.
No.
Yes. And literally it was the two girls who are now stepsisters, cuddled up next to each other with the phrase, "Aren't you glad we aren't technically related?"
Oh my God!
They're just pulling to that West Virginia audience. That's all.
Jesus fucking Christ! No!
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I work on a show called Anime FMK, where we review the season's current anime, and our nickname for the show is Non-Con Stepsister.
Oh my God!
It's also the name of my new band. Come see us play at the Dallas Rockefeller.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, seriously, the show literally is about a girl who sexually forces herself on her new stepsister, and then they fall in love.
Yep, that's basically it.
Lesbians, great.
It's a lot more consensual in the manga, but then the anime was like, no, she's just gonna pin her down and make out with her.
Yep.
Oh God, it's like what was that other show? My Girlfriend's a Gal. They fucked that up in the anime.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my girlfriend is a fucking gal. The only reason I cared about that show is that the dub was so fucking far off the deep end. I was like, this is amazing.
Oh my God, no, it's oh, go ahead.
Written by Dave Trosco, aka one of the most conservative of all the directors at Funimation, who's now losing work because, well, yeah, he fucking decided to write all that conservative bullshit into a show.
Damn. Wow. In the dub? Jeez.
Yeah.
I gotta watch this.
They used cuck a lot.
Yikes.
I gotta watch the dub now.
Dude, watch that dub. That dub is fucking amazing.
Let's see. I'm using Verve these days, so hopefully it's on there.
Oh yeah, no, it's on Verve.
Mm-hmm. Oh, guilty pleasures. I guess more on the good side of things. There are 3. How to Keep a Mummy. That's really adorable.
It's a cute show.
Very cute show. I love it. Laid Back Camp is surprisingly kind of funny. Actually, no, it's funny. I'll go. No, I'm not bullshitting. It's funny. I actually enjoy it. It's very soft humor, cute and enjoyable. I recommend it for a guilty pleasure. And this one gets mixed, but I like it for the food. And it's not Food Wars. It's Miss Koizumi's love for ramen.
I've heard mixed things.
Yeah, it's mixed, but I stayed because they actually detailed that ramen and things I never heard about. Who would have thought that they put, like, I don't know, not parasites, but some sort of cell organism in your soup, and it actually makes it good. I never thought of that. I learned something from it. So those 3 are my current guilty pleasures that I'm watching right now. I'd recommend it.
Question: does that organism give you space AIDS though?
No. It just turned your ramen base into green. That's the purpose of it. Yes, that's what it does. Yeah, like I said, Laid Back Camp, it does teach you about camping. Pretty calm, also pretty funny. I'd say you'll love The Glasses Girl. And How to Keep a Mummy, it's adorable. That's really it is. It's just That's my guilty pleasure.
The thing about Late Back Camp, the opening sounds like a Jackson 5 song.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it totally does. It gets you in. It gets you invested. And if anything, I put that as a good opening. I like it. It's very nice. Honestly.
Yeah. Like if you guys get the chance, listen to Triple Q's like remix about it. It's really, it's good.
Oh, actually no. Now I have a fourth one. Again, I watched this with my girlfriend because she read the manga. School Babysitters.
Oh, Babysitters. Never heard of that one.
Ever heard of it's something Hanamura, something Kindergarten, the anime, a long time ago. Basically, you have a brother, you have a little baby brother, and they're just trying to live out their lives. They go in this kindergarten club and take care of babies, and all the characters are well developed and funny at times. And yeah, that's the fourth. Yeah, I recommend it if you are into something another show that's calming and again something cute. That's it. Next to How to Train Your Mummy. Yeah.
All right. So I think that's about it. Before we end the podcast, we're going to talk about all the stuff we have planned for March. Box, any plans?
Video games, probably gonna watch Fist of the North Star and whatever anime comes my way.
Hey.
Nice.
Waiting for mail as well.
Actually, you don't mind me saying this, Box, actually?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, so it's like I'm sending Box over like a capture card, a Media Live Gamer Portable, so I can start streaming a lot more this time around with his games. Yeah. Hopefully that package gets in safely, because I have no idea how it works outside to Norwegian.
Should be fine.
Okay, cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
Gamma?
For me, I have probably a lot of reviews planned for next month. I'm going to be doing hopefully Yakuza 6, Alliance Alive, and a whole bunch of other games that all want to drop in March at some point in time, like Ni no Kuni 2 and so many other great games. So I will not be short of work.
Gao?
Well, a couple of things. One, with me right now, I'm gonna be trying something new to pilot again for next month on a more animated side of things, trying to take a new direction of new content for just a test for the sake of it. So it's gonna be slow, and that plus, I guess you could say, with the Schmuck Squad, we've now trying to be a lot more in the abridged community, a lot more trying to keep things organized and what have you. And me, as only being a sound designer, now we're going to be a lot more engaged here and there, and probably bringing in some other writers, depending, since we put that on Twitter out there for new writers and stuff. So like, we're really looking, because of like the amount of support that Schmucks is getting, we want to make sure we work our asses off to really grow out there too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sorry, my bad. What about you, Kaiser?
What am I up to? Well, I've got episode 60 to continue scripting. Planning on getting a couple of editorials out over on Bento. I've been trying to stream more. You can find my streams. My stream is twitch.tv/KaiserNeko. So I don't have a schedule yet. Gonna try. Need to get affiliated. Need to figure that out. Need to work on the actual design. What do you call that? Optimize. I need to optimize my Twitch. And yeah, besides that, I'm just trying to get better at fighters, get all my work done, run a company. That's fun.
Yeah. Best luck to you, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
For me in March, just gonna release stuff. I'm finally gonna release a Witcher 3 review in March. That's finally a thing. Working on a project with Box. You probably know the project, Box. Still waiting.
I guess I would know the project if I'm working with you.
Oh yeah, looking forward to working on that project and then release it on April Fool's Day, as long as everything goes according to plan. Get better fighters. Also, I'm doing D&D campaign on my gaming channel, and I'll be streaming that on Twitch. It's gonna be a JoJo theme campaign. I'm still waiting for the art assets. Basically, the thing about the campaign is just every one of the players is part of the Speedwagon Association. The problem is that the Speedwagon Association hates them because they're a bunch of losers. So they sent them to upstate New York to try to figure out a string of
How to get
bizarre.
steamed hams.
To say what?
Steamed hams.
Steamed ham.
Hey, maybe we'll find the Aurora Borealis while we're there. They go to upstate New York to find out the string of murders. Hopefully, once I get the art taken care of, I'll be streaming down on Twitch, and then it'll be uploaded to the gaming channel, so that way I get more original content. I haven't really assembled any model kits lately because of stuff that happened in IRL. Hopefully, I'll be able to start building model kits again. I'm looking to possibly gain another EVA kit and do some panel lining for that. And anything else I'm doing? Get better fighters like Kaiser.
There we go. Hey.
Yep.
Sounds good.
And that's about it. I want to thank all my guests for participating. Gamma,
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Gao,
I'm gonna put some clothes on now.
I knew it.
you were going
I
commando.
still have this robe on, okay? I'm sorry. I don't want to move out of this seat yet.
Don't forget your thigh highs.
Oh, fuck off! Don't even talk about that!
Box.
I'm gonna go put on some undies.
So was
Box,
everyone going
wait.
commando in this whole podcast except me?
No, I'm still in my work outfit.
Yeah, nude.
I'm dressed for success.
And our guest host for the podcast, Kaiser. Good to have you here, man.
No, it's always it's good to be on here, get to meet some of you guys, had a good time. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks
Likewise.
for coming on.
It was great.
With that said, thank you guys for listening. Again, feel free to listen to past podcasts on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. The link to them is down below. My name is Daitomodachi, and I hope you have a wonderful day and night. Laters.
Peace.
Bye.
Later, folks.